We have a lot of cards to go through today, and the first one is Psychic and Punisher. This artwork is crazy. I love it. Let's see what it does. It's a level 11 light psychic synchro effect monster with 3500 attack, 3500 defense. It takes one tuner, one or more non-tuners. It is super generic. I love it. While your life points are equal to or less than your opponent, this synchro summon card is unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. That's actually pretty good, having that blanket protection. Once per turn, pay 1,000 life points and target one monster you control, and one monster your opponent controls, banish those targets. It's a pseudo DPE, only on your turn. At the start of the battle phase, you can make this card gain attack equal to the difference between both players' life points. This is a last resort card, I see. That I would definitely test this and play it, because that's actually very useful. And it looks like it's the holographic rare. The ghost rare. Nice. Nice. Next up, we have 3 more cards. We have Illegal Knight. It's a level 7 dark. Level 7 dark fiend with 2000 attack and defense. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. During the main phase, if you control no monsters or you control an adventurer token, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. If you control adventurer token, quick effect, target up to 2 cards your opponent controls, give control of this card to your opponent, and if you do, return those cards to the hand. This is a niche tech that you can run. I simply like it because you return stuff back to your opponent's hand, then you could destroy this later on. This is going to be interesting. Next up, we have Exorcister Magnifica. Oh, it's both of 2 of the Exceeds together. 2 rank 4 Exorcister Exceeds. So they have their own Utopic Draco feature. Must be Exceed summoned with the above Exceed materials. This card can make a second attack during each battle phase. Once per turn, quick effect, attach 1 material from this card, banish 1 card your opponent controls, and then when your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you can return 1 Exceed monster attached to this card as material to the extra deck. Then you could special summon that monster using this card. You could, okay. So it's a tag out that's a rank 8. Okay, that's nice. And finally, we have Noah Punk Dia Note. Oh, this is Xiaomin's higher level 1. Level 5, that's interesting though, because the others are 8s and 3s. It is level 5 Earth Warrior, 2100 attack, 1800 defense. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. You could reveal 1 other punk monster in your hand, special summon this card, or the revealed card, and if you do, send the other to the graveyard. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target 1 punk monster in your graveyard except a level 5 monster, special summon it. But you cannot special summon Noah Punk Dia for the rest of the turn. This helps out Punk Emancipator. This actually helps that deck. I am shocked. This is going to be useful, actually, when you look at it, because we already sent 2 of them to the graveyard, so we can get a free level 8 synchro out. That's nice. I really enjoy that. After that, we have Yuri Support, which is the Predaplant guy. We have Predaplant Trantis. It is a level 8 pendulum plant, 2400 attack, 1000 defense, and its scale of 8. God damn, that's kind of scary. You can use this card. You can use cards in your pendulum zones as a material to fusion summon a dark fusion monster as if they were a monster on it. That's kind of good already. If this card is used as material for a fusion summon and sent to the graveyard, or added to the face-up extra deck, you can place 1 Preda counter on each on a number of monsters on the field, up to the number of monsters you currently control. And if you do, though any of those monsters are level 2 or higher, become level 1 as long as they have predator counters. I'm fine with that. Then we have Predaplant Blips. Biblips? Okay. It is a level 1 dark plant, 0 attack, 1900 defense, so a 1-for-1 target. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 Predaplant monster from your deck to your hand, except Predaplant Blips. If there's a monster with a Predap counter on the field, you can special summon this card from your graveyard, but banish when it leaves the field. Extender. Are we playing the Predaplant engine again? I don't think so. Then we have Predaplant Bufalokia, or Cula. So this is a frog. You can only use the pendulum effect of this card's name once per turn. It's a scale of 0. During your main phase, you can fusion summon 1 dark fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field. So both of these pendulum scales work together. That's nice. After that, we have the monster effect is you can only use the monster effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is used as a fusion material for a fusion summon and sent to the graveyard or added to the face-up extra deck, you can add 1 face-up dark pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand, except another copy of the self. This is a good card for Predaplants. Next, we have Predaplant Embolute. I'm not gonna attempt that, but it looks cute. Oh, nice. 2 Predaplant monsters. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn each. It's 1000 attack, 2500 defense. If this card is fusion summoned, you can add 1 Predaplant monster or Predap spell trap from your deck, grave, or face-up extra deck to your hand. You could target 1 monster your opponent controls, or 1 monster with a Predator counter, and 1 monster you control, tribute it, and if you do, special summon 1 Predaplant monster from your deck. This is useful. Like, that's really useful. Next up, we have Starving Venomy Predator Fusion Dragon. That is one long name. It takes a dark fusion monster and a fusion monster. This card is always treated as a Predaplant card. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. Once per turn, when a card or effect is activated, you could tribute 1 monster with the Predator counter from either field, and if you do, negate the activation. Hello, Omni Negate. If this fusion summon card is sent to the graveyard by opponent's card or battle, you could target 1 dark monster in the graveyard, special summon it. So you can summon it back. You can summon this back once. Okay. And finally, we have a Electrumite replacement being Beyond the Pendulum. It is a Link 2 spellcaster, 2 effect monsters, including a Pendulum monster. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is linked summoned to the extra monster zone, you can pay 1200 life points. Add 1 Pendulum monster from your deck to your hand. After adding it to your hand until the end of this turn, you cannot activate monster effects. Also, the effects of cards in your Pendulum zones are negated until you Pendulum summon. If 2 monsters with different original levels are Pendulum summoned at the same time to the zones this card points to, you can target 2 cards on the field, destroy them. This is a nice replacement for Electrumite. Does it help a lot of decks? Yes, because most of the time you're going to be summoning this, adding the Pendulum monster, then Pendulum summoning. So I'm going to be testing this out 100%. And I hope you guys did enjoy it today. But anyways, I've been Bolt Spider. This was a longer news video. And see you guys in the next video. And goodbye.